I would say it goes without question. We get so mad at the picks and we get so mad at best player available because of needs. But, the reality is people will say to me, this is the big argument I get is I've waited long enough. It's been 40 years of rebuild. We never win a Super Bowl. I'm waiting long enough. Impatience, frustration, and our past does not make the wrong decisions the correct decisions.
Well
If
said.
you look at the winning organizations, they do not drive themselves each offseason by critical need. They drive themselves by creating a roster of the best possible players. And the evidence of that is that we're like that as a fan base is this is not new. In 2021, when we had zero roster, when JD stripped the roster, we went into the season with people screaming, "We don't have a tight ends. We don't have. This is ridiculous. We don't have cornerbacks." Last year it was we don't have enough depth in the offensive line. We don't have, it was each year we don't have a linebacker or a safety when whatever it was. The
We let
reality is
Jason Pinnock go and we haven't even seen Tony Adams. What is going on here?
right.
There's
The
always something
reality
to scream about.
Right. The reality is, though, is every year we scream about the urgency of meeting the immediate needs. Every year. And it's like, so we're always going to feel like that. So if we're always doing that, if I'm a GM and I'm doing that, and I'm only addressing the needs and I'm reaching into positions, doing whatever I can to fill each individual need and never taking the best player available, when is the year that you get to do that? When is the year that you get to act like the 49ers and the Chiefs and the Steelers and the Ravens? When do you get to be like a winning organization?
And like the great point about that, I think that you need to bring up is like those are winning organizations, but of the three teams that you brought up, only one of them has won a Super Bowl recently. It's just the Chiefs.
Yeah.
49ers haven't won a Super Bowl recently.
Yeah.
They've been twice, right? They've been twice, but they haven't won it. The Ravens haven't sniffed a Super Bowl in a long time, but they're consistently in the playoffs. And so the same question that you asked, like when do you change your mentality? Like I understand we didn't make the playoffs last year, and the argument could be said that, oh no, you do it when you're actually a perennial playoff team. But like, is there not a moment where you kind of go, hey, wear the outfit for the job that you want, not the job that you have? Act like you're in the job that you want, not the job that you have. Like, when is it that you get to act like,
good point.
You have to, there has to be a pivot point where you have to start acting like you're, you know what? This is a playoff team. We might not have made it yet, but this is a playoff team. And we're going to build this roster like a playoff team. And that's what we're going to do. Because we said it earlier in the stream, and I'll say it again. This roster, even with how bad the offensive line was and the wide receiver rooms were and the offensive coordinator not being able to adjust at all, with Aaron Rodgers as an 11-win team, that's a playoff team.